Now that I signed with strange music, the industry bout to lose it. They basically want the new shit, I'm anxiously off to prove it. Contagiously, I'm a nuisance, they wait to see if the shoe fits. Can't say that I never knew this, I made up to be the truest. I'm making the rest look foolish, the rest of them wonder who is the one that's making the news. Is the same that's making the music.
Vincent Bordy, Cortez Martial Arts, fighting out of Manteca, California.
All right. You're going to be fighting in Stockton, and you're not too far from there, so you're going to be kind of like the hometown favorite. How does that feel, and where does that put you at as far as feeling in like you have the hometown advantage?
You know, that's a good point, because when I used to fight in San Francisco, I used to be, even when I had fights in San Francisco, I was always the not the hometown hero. I was, the other guy. I was the opponent. And what I noticed from my August fight is that, even though I got on short notice, I was able to bring friends, family, and it made a huge difference. Because, it kind of takes a little bit of toll on you. You're walking to the cage and you're getting booed and nobody wants you to win. I use that as motivation, but if people cheer for you, that's even better motivation. That means you got someone to depend on. You lose, you're not only you losing, you and your fans are losing, your family. So it's real close, and I know I'm gonna bring a big crowd. They're gonna be cheering for me. So it's gonna just, again, like I said before, it's gonna add to the excitement. It's I'm gonna put on a good show. I'm gonna put on a show that I want to put on. I'm gonna put the show on that the fans want to put on. So
okay. Question: how do you feel about this fight for Stockton? Fight for Stockton. I'm sorry. The Fight for Saving Stockton project. How do you feel about what they're doing? Because it's a pretty positive thing that they're doing, trying to get the kids off the street and show them skill sets in the gym. What's your outtake on that?
Yeah, I definitely think that's a good thing. Especially for Stockton. Every part of Stockton is a bad neighborhood, and all these kids with pent-up aggression. Instead of taking it out on the street, you go to your gym. Learn a positive skill, something that's gonna, free your time, keep you off the street, keep you out of trouble. I know one gym nearby does that. It's the boxing gym I go to, Felipe's gym in Lathrop. He does that exactly, for that reason. And, it allows anybody to come in free of charge. It's mostly geared towards, the kids, keep the kids off the street. And, it's positive, not just for the kids, but, for everybody else, because, you have less crime, you have, less issues to deal with, and these kids, they have something driving them, making them motivated, something to, pretty much live for. Cool.
Next question would be your shout-outs, man. So who would you want to thank and the supporters who support you?
I gotta give a shout-out, to all my friends that are gonna, always supporting me, always asking me, they're most of my motivation is I want to fight because I like doing it. I like, showing my skill set. But another part is because my friends just love it. That's all they want to talk about. So, shout out goes to my, my friends, the coaching staff that I work with for wrestling, definitely my trainers, just, everyone that lets me come in and work with them, my training partners, taking beating, coming right back, most of them. Just everybody, everybody is making this possible. You look at the fight card, you see, Vince Bordy versus Nick Hammond, but you don't realize that it's more like, Vince Bordy's crew versus Nick Hammond's crew. So, I just want to give out a shout out to everybody that's, going to be there. Everybody's going to be in my corner. Everybody's going to have my back. This is for them.
Okay. And before we fade to black, man, what can the fans expect out of you that night?
They're going to see some excitement. I'm not the kind of fighter that's just going to, stick to one style, just wrestle, just hold the guy down. I'm going for the win. I go for, I don't like going, the whole rounds. I'm trying to finish it. I don't care how it's going to be finished. Like, I got so many weapons, it's going to be unpredictable. You look at my fights, I got kicks, punches. I haven't shown any submissions yet, so I might lean towards that. But, it's going to be nonstop action.
Okay.
My name's Jim Cook. I fight out of Redding, California. Rice Brothers Jiu-Jitsu and Team Deadshot MMA.
Okay, you're going to be fighting in Stockton for the Fight for Stockton project. What's your take on actually getting the kids out of the streets and making it a safer environment out there in Stockton?
For me, it was just a fight, but to add that onto it, it just makes it all the more better, you know, because I love to help, you know, or be a part of anything that's going to help kids, afford the kids the opportunity to get into a gym or something other than go out and do stupid stuff, you know. So if it gives one kid the opportunity to go get into a martial arts gym and find that he loves this sport that I love, I'm like, it just makes it all the better, man.
Okay, cool. You're going to be fighting Vince Bordy. He actually had an opponent that fell through, and you're actually stepping up to fight Vince Bordy. What do you know about him?
Just from what I've seen on the internet, you know, there's quite a few videos. You know, he grapples. He's big, strong wrestler. Looks like he's got pretty good hands. You know, but I'm about the same. You know, I think we're a good matchup for each other. I see a good fight. You know, we'll just get in there and go anywhere. You know, that's what I took from it. You know, he's willing to go to the ground. He's willing to stand. You know, so that's the same type of fighter I am. So it really just adds up to a good fight.
Okay, Vince is on camo. He's 6-1. So, and your record shows different on camo, but you have more fights than that.
Yeah.
Can you explain your record and why? Because of the casino fights.
I've done more casino fights. I just really got into the camo, the sanctioning part of it, and it's. I'm glad to support it. I love the fact that they're sanctioning amateur fights in California now. It kind of makes promoters mind their P's and Q's, and you know, because the Indian casinos take advantage of fighters sometimes. So my record I actually have the same amount of fights as Vince. I have 7 fights also, but yeah, they just don't show up on the camo website. So I think we're, like I said, we're a well matched. It's a good fight either way. So it'll be a fun one to watch.
Okay, and what's your take on Vince being the hometown favorite? Because you're kind of coming into his stomping grounds, man.
For me, you know, I fought a few guys that were the hometown kids. You know, it's kind of that way when you gotta like MMA's just really come into our city, so we have to travel a lot, and we always end up fighting hometown kids, and you know, it's neither here nor there, but you know, it's not gonna affect me. You know, I'm gonna try to put a beating on the kid either way. So, you know, I mean, I hope that he's ready, and I'll be ready, and you know, however it goes, you know, his family will be there to see it.
Okay. All right. Before we fade to black, is there any shout-outs you want to give to the people who support you?
My training partners, Terrell Big Baby Bozen, Melvin Washington, all the jiu-jitsu guys that put me through hell every day. Just everyone that supports me, my family, my wife, my kids. You know, they're the reason that I'm still kicking. You know, still here kicking and doing what I do. You know, so all those people, Tanner Rice, Rod Rice. You know, they're like my second family too. So all of them. You know, my family in general. I love all you guys.
Okay, and one last thought before we go, man. What can the fans expect from you come fight day?
For me, it's gonna be a fight. I come in like a dog, you know. I'm gonna come at you, and I'm gonna and put leather on you, and grapple, and you know, we'll go everywhere for sure, you know. And like I said, that's how Vance looks. So I see a good fight for everyone. It'll be a fan favorite for sure. So March 23rd, Stockton. Fight for the kids.
That I sign with strange music, the industry about to lose it. They basically want the new shit, I'm anxiously off to prove it. Contagiously I'm a nuisance, they wait to see if the shoe fits. Can't say that I never knew this, I made up to be the truest. I'm making the rest look foolish, the rest of them wonder who is the one that's making the news. Is the same that's making the music, they take and try to abuse it. They